Hey there, Jeremy here. In this video, what I want to do is talk to you about the very specific meditations we are going to be doing in the CBM course. Now, before I actually tell you about the precise meditations we'll be doing, I just want to reiterate something you're probably aware of, and that is in the CBM method, we have three main components: the core, the body, and the mind. That's the C, B, and the M. And what we're going to do in this course is we're going to build up our meditation skills in layers. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on connecting to our energetic core, which is the chakras, and an energy channel called the Sushumna that goes from the base chakra up to the crown. Then we're going to connect to the body, but we're talking about the energy body here. And so it's trying to feel yourself more as an energy field as opposed to physical body. Then we've got the mind, and in that section we're working with the natural movement of the mind, in other words, thoughts, as opposed to against them. So in this mind section, I teach a thing called thinking meditation, and there what you're doing is you're not so much trying not to think, you're trying to just learn to work with the thoughts, to roll with them, and you'll find that they actually take you deep into meditation. So it's the exact opposite of what you might have thought. You might think that when you think, you can't meditate, but here you'll see that when you think in a certain way, you actually can meditate even better. Okay, now one of the keys to the system is that it's pleasurable. See, I have a big belief that if we are enjoying what we're doing, then that will help us focus on what we're doing. If it's not very fun, if it's boring, then the mind's going to get distracted. It's going to go here, there, and everywhere. So if we can enjoy it, though, we will want to stay where we are. And in the CBM method, we enjoy it by connecting to chi, or energy, and because that's innately pleasurable, then we're much more likely to want to stay in our meditation rather than getting distracted by who knows what. Okay, so let's have a look now at how we go about connecting to the core body mind, because it's all very well to say, well, we're going to do it, but how do we do it? So the first technique we teach is what I call sleep meditation, or I give it a fancy name, somno meditation. In my course, I love to give everything a fancy name, but fundamentally it's sleep meditation. And the idea here is that when you go to sleep at night, some part of you kind of travels. And if you're aware of that, when you wake up in the morning, you can connect to a sort of a deep spiritual energy. You might see it as kind of a meditation energy, and you can use that. You can kind of anchor yourself in this, what I call sleep energy, and then carry that with you into the day. And so it's like, without even meditating, you can start the day in a meditative state, and you can feel very connected to the energy in your body. And so I'll be showing you how to do that. Then what I will be doing is looking at ways to help remove energetic blocks in the system. One reason why we can't feel, the energy in our body, the energy in our auric field, is because we've got blocks. So it's really important that we can locate those blocks, remove them, then the energy starts to flow better in our body, and we can, be much more energetically sensitive. Now, a key point about these blocks is often it's from past hurts and fears that we might have. And so again, we'll be working with meditations to go in, eliminate those fears, eliminate those hurts. And as soon as that happens, you're going to find that a whole stacks of energy gets liberated. It comes back to you. Energy flows much better in your body. And again, you're becoming much more sensitive to energy. So that's really going to help you both connect to your energetic core and also to yourself as an energy field. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some meditations for connecting to the chakras. Remember, that's part of the key area in the core section. So we've got chakras and Sushumna, so I'll show you meditations on that. And these, in a sense, are some which I've go through many of them, but the main ones I've kind of modeled on some meditations I learned in Thailand, in monasteries there, but I've kind of given them a little bit of a tweak so that we're focusing more on energy, and I think you'll find that it's more enjoyable that way, but it's a great way to start connecting to your chakras. And then I'm going to show you another form of Vipassana meditation. In Thailand they do Vipassana, but there are many forms of Vipassana meditation. So the next part I'll teach you another form of Vipassana. This one is more well known, and that is a type of Vipassana taught by Goenka. So if you ever go to one of the 10-day meditation retreats, you'll learn a certain form of Vipassana meditation. But yet again, I'm going to give it my own little twist. And again, we're focusing more on energy here. And so in that meditation, you're sort of learning to scan your body. You're learning to move through your body, feel it. And by doing that, you're clearing it of energetic blocks and you're becoming much more sensitized to yourself as an energy field. But I'll give it that little twist, and so we can then feel ourselves much more as energy, which is going to be really important for that body section. Remember, that was the part where we try to feel ourselves, and we start to feel ourselves as an energy field. You've probably experienced this a little bit already. You know, when you have a good meditation session and you feel really light, it's like your body has no weight, like you could almost start floating up off the ground. Well, what's happening there is you are connecting to yourself more as an energy field as opposed to a physical body. And so what we're doing in this section is we're being strategic about it. That happens already to sometimes or maybe always when you meditate, but now we can start practicing specific techniques to really heighten that effect, to really enable us to feel ourselves as an energy field. Okay, then we move that one step further out into the aura. And so for many people, you read about the aura in a book, you see photos, you maybe even, have those aura photographs, and it looks kind of interesting, but you couldn't really say you actually feel your aura. In this section though, I'll show you techniques where we just incrementally, in very small little steps, bit by bit by bit by bit by bit, start connecting to more of our auric field. And so you can actually then tap into it and feel the energy of it. You feel it almost, as if it's your hand or something. And so, it's very concrete. Then we go on to the final section, and that is the thinking meditation part, so the mind part. So it's how do we work with the mind? We all know that the mind has all these thoughts and they're just buzzing around, and it can be really frustrating trying to meditate. And often what a lot of people do when they try to meditate is they try to kind of squish their thoughts away. And maybe you can even do that. Maybe you can use techniques to kind of force the thoughts out of your mental room, but the problem is they're always there kind of banging on the door, and the moment you let down your guard, the moment you're not efforting to keep them away, they kind of charge back in. And so here I'm teaching you a method where you can just use the natural movement of the thoughts. You don't have to get rid of them, you can work with them to actually anchor you in meditation. Okay, so once we've got those three components, we've connected to the chakras and we've got this energy flow up the Sushumna, we can start to feel ourselves as an energy field as opposed to a physical body. We start to connect to our auric field, and we learn to work with our thoughts. Then we can really start to get practical, and we can start to integrate our meditation skills into everyday life, which is the entire point, in a sense, of the CBM course. And so then you can do things like walking meditation, you can do things like running meditation, you can do reading meditation. So when you're reading a book, you can be in a very good meditative state. In fact, reading meditation is a great way to go easily into meditation. And then you can use reading meditation if you say reading to your kids. So you're reading out loud and you're still in a meditative state. You can use these tools for when you're at work, just going about whatever task you've got, particularly say in front of a computer. So you can be in front of a computer, you're getting paid by the hour, say, but you're in a nice meditative state. You feel that meditation energy, you feel present and aware thanks to the techniques you've learned previously. You can even do it when you're eating. This can be a bit more challenging because when you eat, it's easy just to kind of start munching down the food and not thinking, but it can be done. And I'll show you, we'll work on that. And, throughout the course, I'm also going to be showing you other tips just to help you get more quickly into a deep state of meditation. And finally, one thing I'm going to be doing is I'll be showing you also just how to do formal meditation and use all the skills we've learned in this course for when you're sitting. So the great thing about this course, as I said, is you can take the meditation skills into what you're doing. It's not like you have to sit down in some Himalayan cave, all quietly, so we're not going to get disturbed to be able to meditate. These skills you can easily relocate to whatever you're doing, but you can still practice them at home too. So if you're in a nice place, quiet meditation room, then of course you can practice them and go very deeply too. So we'll be working on how to do that too. So in a sense, that's a nice overview of the meditation techniques we'll be doing. That's not all of the things we're doing, but that's the main body of it. And as I say, by working in layers, by being very strategic, and remember this course has a bit of a pre-course and it's got a post-course. So by doing all the different layers, the pre-course, the course, and the post-course, then you can very systematically automatically build up those core skills you'll need to then be able to take the meditations into your everyday life, whatever you're doing. And I'll be showing you several things like, as I said, working, meditation kind of things, walking, running, etc. But if you're doing something else, it'll be pretty easy for you to just, use the same skills and apply it to whatever specific situation you have. Okay, so hope that gives you a better idea of what we'll be covering in the CBM course. Love to have you along. If you've got any questions, just write into me, or you can give me a call and I'd be really happy to chat. So thanks for listening, and I hope to see you soon.